K-rating recap for January 6th, 2026. Starting off with the players of the week. I didn't get a chance to cover these earlier. These come out on Monday typically. Denny Avdia is the Western Conference Player of the Week. Last week he averaged 27 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, led the Blazers to a 3-1 record. This is his first Player of the Week award, and it's the first one that a Blazer has won since Damian Lillard back in 2023. So he's been awesome for them this year. I did knock him up to a 90 overall and also changed his position to point guard. This is just kind of makes sense based on what's transpired for the current season. As soon as Drew Holiday gets healthy, I'll probably end up switching him back. I really don't like having a position with only one player on it, but Avdia, he's a natural small forward, power forward, but he has been playing point guard pretty much the entire year given all of their injuries. So worth noting, he also rates higher at point guard than he does at power forward, though his highest rated position is small forward. Arguably, you could make him small forward and then switch Toumani Camara to power forward. I just choose to have it this way, but yeah, he's been awesome this year, and Blazers are starting to make a push. They're up to 17 and 20 in the Western Conference. Had fallen off a little bit, but they're starting to come on now. And then over in the East, Tyrese Maxey won his second Player of the Week of the year. Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, and Maxey are the only East players to win the award multiple times this year. 35 points, 9 assists, shooting 61% from the field for Maxey last week, leading the Sixers to a 3-0 record, and likewise, I did knock his overall rating up to a 92. I've had it there previously this year. He was cold a couple weeks ago, and now he's starting to come back on. So 92 for Maxey. Let's get into the games. There are 6 of those to break down. The Cavs move to 21-17 with a 120-116 win over the Pacers. Donovan Mitchell missed this one due to illness. Darius Garland stepped up. 29 points, 14 of 23 from the field, only 1 of 4 from 3 though, and did not take a free throw, so that's been kind of an issue for him this year. He hasn't really been getting to the line at all, and didn't do any damage from 3. I think he was 0 for 7 in the last game, so he did the majority of his damage from mid-range, so maybe his close shot needs to go back up, or his mid-range. I'll check in on that. Garland got off to a slow start this season due to injury, but he's been playing better over the last month or so. Probably should be like an 84-ish overall by now. Evan Mobley, he added 20. He's in the midst of kind of a down offensive year though. Sam Merrill got the start in place of at the 2 in place of Donovan Mitchell, and he had 19 points, was 6 of 10 from 3. He shot the ball really well this year. Jarrett Allen made his return to the lineup, had 19 and 12. He generally plays better with Darius Garland than he does with Donovan Mitchell. Dean Wade returned from his knee contusion, but he got hurt again. Went down 8 minutes into the game, ended up with 3 points overall for the game. So he'll probably have to miss a little bit more time. Jalen Tyson started the third quarter. He's a reasonable bet to return to the starting lineup while Wade is sidelined. And then Craig Porter had a triple single, 8 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists in 28 minutes. He's past Lonzo Ball in the rotation, so I did remove the intangibles debuff that I applied to Porter just to get him above Lonzo in the rotation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically I will play around with intangibles based on a player's role on the team to control their overall rating a little bit. Typically a third stringer is a 60, but in Porter's case, because of some of his badges and his athleticism, it drives his rating up a little too high, so I had to apply a debuff that I reduced this basically to 25, and that knocks his overall rating down 2 points. So that ensured that while he was below Lonzo Ball in the rotation, he was not rated higher than him. Now that he's ahead, we can remove that. So, and if anything, if Lonzo is going to be the third string, I'm not going to change it as of yet, but I would just reduce that, and like so, he does drop a point in overall rating. Overall, these are just some of the tricks I have that help control the depth charts on this team without going too nuts. as obviously this is a lot easier than spending 10 minutes breaking down every single attribute on a player to figure out what's improved or regressed on them. Going over to the Pacers, they dropped to 6-31 on the year. They lost 32 games last year, so they are one off of that in January 7th. They're on a 13-game losing streak. They have been, like, some certain players have been playing better, but their defense just hasn't been able to stop anybody, really. Siakam, 22 points, was 9 of 23 from the field, though. Andrew Nembhard, 15 points, 11 assists. He's been pretty up and down throughout the year. Jay Huff returned to the starting lineup, 20 points, only 2 rebounds, though, in 31 minutes, was 4 of 7 from 3, but his overall lack of toughness is why he's been in and out of the starting lineup. Micah Potter came off the bench in this one after starting the last couple. He did have 11 points and played 17 minutes off the bench, so he is locked in to a reserve role on this team. We'll see once Isaiah Jackson comes back from a concussion how that affects the rotation there. Johnny Furphy, he's been continuing to start at small forward. 9 points, 11 rebounds for him in this one. Ben Mathurin is going to be out a while with a sore thumb, which also helps explain his subpar shooting over the last month. He's more or less been playing through it this whole time. So, yeah, Pacers just haven't been able to string together any type of real health this year. Washington Wizards, they moved to 10-25 on the season, 120-112 over the Orlando Magic. Really big win for the Magic. I mean, for the Wizards, I'm sorry. Alex Sarr, 23 points, 5 blocks. He's been really coming on over the last month or so defensively. CJ McCollum, 27 points. He's auditioning for the Hawks right now, as he's been linked in the Trey Young rumor mill. Probably going to be playing for a different team a month from now. I jotted Bilal Coulibaly's line down wrong. He did not score 17 in this one. I guess for completion's sake, I will double check that. He scored 14 points. Whoopsie daisy. Playing 34 minutes. One of his better offensive games of the year. He struggled a little bit offensively this season. So I only have him at 78 overall. Probably should be around 79, 80-ish, like in the Isaac Okoro range. But if he continues to play well, he'll probably be up in the 80, 81 overall rating. Also worth noting that him being a shooting guard does repress his rating a little bit. He is starting at small forward right now because Keyshawn George is hurt. Corey Kispert, for what it's worth, he's healthy, but he is not playing back-to-backs right now, so he sat this one out. Going over to the Magic, they dropped to 20-17, kind of a desultory loss for them. Anthony Black, only 6 points, 3 of 10 from the field, 21 minutes, so he finally had a rough offensive night after really outperforming all expectations throughout the entire year. Wendell Carter also got completely locked down by Alex Sarr. 2 points, 1 of 6 from the field in 20 minutes. The Magic starters in this one only had 50 points versus 62 points for the bench. Jace Richardson led the team in scoring, had 20 points off the bench. Second unit clawed them back into it. Let's see if I can knock out his intangibles. They should knock him up to like a 73 or 74. 73. All right, just to get him a little higher in the rotation. I still need to do... I have a rating in on him. I could probably knock that out a little later. It should be kind of low effort. Grizzlies, they moved to 16-20 on the year with a 106-105 win over the Spurs. Huge win for them. No Ja Morant. Kemp Spencer, he was off in the last game, 1 of 10 from the field, but he had it going here. Nearly triple-double with 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. No Cedric Howard in this one. A sprained ankle for him, so Grizzlies without their starting backcourt. Gigi Jackson got the start as Jalen Wells moved down to the 2. Jackson quiet, though, 2 points, 1 of 6 from the field in 23 minutes. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Jock Landale really led the game with their really good three-point shooting for the starting front court. 21 points, 3 blocks for Jaren Jackson, 5 of 7 from 3. And then Jock Landale, 19 points, 3 of 7 from 3. The two of those guys combining for 8 of 14 from 3. I need to get Landale's 3-ball up. I haven't done his rating edit yet. He's one of the few Grizzlies who I haven't touched yet, certainly in their rotation. Let's go 75 for now, and then I'll just touch on some of his. Yeah, some of his attributes are really heinous. Oof. Yeah, I'll fix that by the time I record. Again, also Vince Williams made his return. He had a solid game, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in 22 minutes off the bench. He was 4 of 6 from 3, so that might knock his 3-point rating up a point or two. Worth noting that he was the backup point guard in this game. He's been playing better at point guard this year than he has at his natural position of like shooting guard small forward, as he is a pretty good passer. So good to see from him there. The San Antonio Spurs, they dropped to 25 and 11 on the year. Wemby made his return, and he was awesome. Had 30 points in 21 minutes off the bench again. 10 of 20 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. So he made the most of every single minute, and they probably would have won this game if he was able to play just a little bit more, but on a minutes restriction coming off of the injury. Julian Champagnie has been awesome this year. And on fire over the last week or two. 23 points for him. I did knock his rating up to a 79 plus 1 from where I had it. Aside from his shooting, that's actually pretty normal for him. His defensive rebound rate this year has gone from 13% to 18%, which is kind of like a power forward's rebound rate. So he plays next to Harrison Barnes, who's not a great rebounder. So realistically, like he's the 4 and Barnes is the 3, at least on the defensive end, or at least on crashing the glass end. I think Barnes guards 4s, and then Champagnie spends more time on the perimeter defenders. But either way, he's in the middle of a breakout, and obviously one of the future. He's only making $3 million a year. He's locked in. He's going to be part of the Spurs for a long time, much longer than Harrison Barnes, who's doing a pretty good job of keeping the team competitive and bridging the gap. As Wemby's still old, not even drinking age. Minnesota, they moved to 24 and 13. They have really been coming on of late. 122 to 94 over the Miami Heat. Anthony Edwards, 26. Jaden McDaniels with 19. Julius Randle, 15 and 11. Rudy Gobert, another double-double also, 13 and 16. Miami, they dropped to 20 and 17. This was Tyler Herro's first game back in the lineup. He had missed the last 9 due to injury. Came off the bench in this one, as is the standard nowadays. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists for him in 29 minutes. Norm Powell had 21 off the bench, and then Wiggins was the only other player in double figures in this one. Bam and Khalil Ware combined to shoot. They scored 14 points combined and shot 6 of 21 from the field. Just too many jumpers from your big men, I think, in this one. So it's a little feast or famine sometimes, because obviously guys like Powell and Herro, Wiggins, all these guys are all shooters. When those are going in, everything's great, but when they're not, Heat overall shot 36% in this game. The Lakers, they moved to 23 and 11 on the year with a 111-103 win over the Pelicans. LeBron, 38 and 8, some highlight dunks at age 41, absolutely insane. If he wasn't LeBron, what he's doing at 41, like this would be a huge story in the NBA. But because he's been doing it for so long, I think people mostly take it for granted. Luka, 30 points, 10 assists, some crazy shots throughout this one. DeAndre Ayton had 18 points and 11 rebounds. Marcus Smart had 13 points. Outside of the starting lineup, though, usually it's just 4 guys doing all the offense for the Lakers. Jake LaRavia has played really well in the absence of Rui Hachimura. I need to get his rating up. I haven't done his rating yet, which you can usually tell anytime I don't have a player like in layups that's like rounded off to the nearest 5 or maxed out at 99 in Luka's case. That means I haven't done their rating yet. Certainly, I think that LaRavia should be rated higher than Jared Vanderbilt. I'll try to knock that out. Editing 500 players is a tall task in the league. But LaRavia, he only had 5 points in this one. But again, the Lakers really like his defensive effort and the energy he's been bringing. I think he should be starting over Hachimura this year. I've been pretty disappointed by what he's done most of this year. Pelicans, they dropped to uh, 8 and 30 on the year. Trey Murphy had a career high in this one with 42 points. He was 8 of 9 on twos, a lot of those, some crazy dunks. 6 of 17 from three, so he's really like dunks and threes is like his mantra. He was also 8 of 9 from the free throw line, so I did have above his rating up to an 86 plus 1. He's in my roster. He is the number 10 small forward in the NBA. Shooting 61% from two this year, 38% from three, 91% from the free throw line. Overall, 64 true shooting on 22% usage. Herb Jones made his return to the lineup. He had 3 points, though, 1 of 9 from the field. Also had to guard Luka and LeBron, so extremely tough day at the office for him. Dallas, they move to 14 and 23 on the year, 100-98 over the Kings. Cooper Flag, second game again at point guard. They're running him there while PJ Washington is sidelined. AD starting at the 4, 19 and 16 for him. Flag actually played well at point guard, I should say. His last game, he only had like 10 points, I think. This one, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, one of his better games. Maybe he'll end up sticking there. As Ryan Nembhard also has kind of cooled off for the most part. He was scoreless in 12 minutes in this one. Brandon Williams, 18 points, 27 minutes. So, I mean, the Flag is starting at point guard, but he's not playing the entire game at point guard. He's still, similar to like LeBron James in like 2020, the year they won the title. He would start the game at point guard, but when and then Rondo would sub in for him, and then he would sub in at the 4 when he came back in so he could play next to Rondo. Kind of a similar situation with Flag. I'm sure these guys are checking in, and then Flag is coming back in for like Najee Marshall and such. Daniel Gafford, he double-doubled, 10 points, 13 rebounds. It's been kind of a struggle for him this year. He's starting to, he was banged up a lot to start the year, so he's starting to round into form. And then Brandon Williams, I forget if I mentioned it or not, 18 points in 27 minutes for him. Sacramento, they are going to be without Keegan Murray for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Another injury-plagued year. Not another injury-plagued, but like the first injury-plagued year of Murray's career. He's been in and out of the lineup this year. Similar to like Derrick Jones Jr. over in the Clippers, as both guys got hurt at the same time once again. Zach LaVine, he made his return to the starting lineup. As a result, he had 20 points. DeRozan had 21. So I am going to keep him at small forward rather than change him to shooting guard. But yeah, this is not a great rotation. There's a reason why they can't stop anybody. They just have a bunch of guys who can't play defense on the perimeter. And then Raynaud's a rookie center. And so you leave it to Precious Achiuwa, who's a backup, to pull it all together. It's just not going to happen. Kings 8 and 29. What a disastrous season. They are old. They don't have cap space. They don't really have a pick either, or a lot of lottery picks coming their way. They're loaded in guards. They have to trade a bunch of guys over the next month, like Malik Monk. Dennis Schroeder wasn't a great sighting. Kings are cooked, and we're gonna end it there as we typically do with the Kings. Thanks again for watching, guys. There should be another 2K roster update coming out tomorrow, so I'll be taking notes on that as well as breaking down. I believe there are 10 games tonight. Wednesday's usually a heavy night, so it looks like 10 games. We got some good ones. Rockets and the Blazers. Lakers and Spurs, probably our marquee matchup of the night. Suns and Grizzlies should be interesting. Clippers and Knicks, as the Clippers have been playing a lot better. And then Denver versus Boston. Denver, can't sleep on them. That one's going to be on ESPN, as they have eked out some wins without Nikola Jokic. A lot to break down. Thanks for sticking with me throughout this 2026 season. It's a lot of work to update the my 2K roster while breaking everything down for you guys, but it's been worth it. I will see you guys later tomorrow. Peace.